Hi, I'm Peter Cowan, the Bee Whisperer. We're here in the Western Hampden yard and we're going to do a bit of splitting of colonies. If you saw the video where I was here about 3 weeks ago, I put a third brood chamber onto this hive and I just work my way through looking for the queen so we can split this hive into as many nucs as possible. The queen had certainly got up here right away and started to put brood on here, but now they've got resources up in this frame. Maybe there's brood. These two frames are full of brood. This is resources. Busy repairing comb that was put there. Well, to some extent. There's the queen. Great. We've got our queen right here. In a 3-story hive, I am ever so grateful to find the queen in the first 6 frames we've looked at. So that is great. So she's laying eggs in here. So this will be a 1 frame of mostly open brood. She should go right in the middle. Frame of cat brood with honey resources in there as well. I'll go there. Another frame with cat brood right down to eggs and resources. Comb being built up. Rather a lot of resources there. It's rather more than we need, but on the side, it's not so bad. Certainly plenty of bees. A little more resources than we really need, but rather more bees than we really need. So there we go. That nuke ready to go. So this one. What's today? May 9. May 9, Saskatoon. Now from here on, now we're making splits. So, a few eggs in here. Eggs in there. Some resources and bees there. One frame of foundation. A few bees. Now what we want is 2 nice frames of brood. Some foundation for later there, for the wee bees on it. Now we should have a lot of brood in this super, so I'm hoping I can make 8 nucs out of this one. We know we've got our queen, so now any frame can go in. Any frame that's appropriate brood-wise. Got plenty of bees in this nuke, so I don't desperately need to take a lot more bees And we've got lots of fine weather. Plenty of eggs, pollen, and some brood there. Very nice. So that'll go in. Got one more frame that I'd like to have pretty full of brood. That one's nice, a mixture of cap brood and emerging brood. Lots of emerging brood is perfect for a nuke. That's going to receive a new queen. So when we get these girls home, a new queen will be added to this hive, and then between 15 and 20 days or so, that will be good to go. Nice frame of cap brood. Frame of resources. And plenty of bees. Another framed brood and pollen. There's plenty of bees here, and we can put in at least one frame of foundation. I'm quite confident this one would be alright without much more, but we'll give it one with some drawn comb. Well, there's some comb being drawn here. Just give it 2 to 3 weeks, they will have this built in no time. Especially given the warm weather we've got. Wonder how many nukes we'll make out of this one. I'm hoping for 6. Lots of young brood on this side, some cap brood and pollen on this side. Very nice. Frame full of cap brood starting to emerge. More cap brood there. That's got all the brood it needs. Now we want some resources. Here, a frame of honey with some foundation. Cap brood there, that will do for the next nuke. And this is resources. I didn't bring any foundation with me, but this could do with a frame of either foundation or just empty cone. So we will see when we go into the next super down there if we've got anything like that. So in the meantime, get the next one. I didn't bring any. I took it out of the truck, didn't I, before we came? Beautiful frame of cap brood. I love doing the splits on these sassafras because right now the bees are just laid back. They're being really calm. The colony's being split, the kingdom come. I was in my yard of Italians yesterday. A very different story. You wouldn't be able to hear me because of all the bees on the camera. Okay, so we still need a frame of resources here. We don't need any more bees. I suspect this one's going to be less fully occupied. Well, the colony will have moved upstairs. Plenty of resources here. We don't need the bees. Okay, one frame of brood there. Frame full of pollen and bees and a bit of honey. That's perfect to accompany this. Frame with lots of pollen, emerging bees, and a bit of cap brood. Again, we've got another perfect nuke, early nuke there. Add a couple of frames of foundation, that's all that one needs really. Maybe a frame of honey would be useful. Frame of honey. So I was wrong, this brood chamber thoroughly goes right down fully into the hole of this lower super. Lots of pollen, some emerging brood. Not much honey in there with that now. Pollen, brood. And boy, we've found a lot of pollen. All that pollen. It's a good spring yard. Want a bit of honey in that next box. Honey and pollen. This one. Any more bees? Way more than enough. This one. Honey there. Got the brood we need. Lots of pollen, some brood. And lots more bees we need. They can go on the next side. And some more honey. So we did end up with 6 nukes here. Beautiful. So one nuke, the original queen. 5 nukes to have a new queen put in, and still enough bees to populate another nuke, which will go into one of the other hives. So that's what we're doing today. Let's get on with it. We'll let Bee put the camera down and she can give me a hand now. I'm Peter Cowan, the Bee Whisperer. See you next time.